Today's reading, he left his coat in her hand and fled. That's Genesis chapter 39, verse 12. Joseph's 3 coats. 2. The second coat Joseph wore was the coat of temptation. The Bible says when Joseph went into the house to do his work, she caught him by his coat, saying, "Lie with me." But he left his coat in her hand and fled and ran outside. And that's in Genesis chapter 39, verses 11 and 12. Joseph was young, handsome, lonely, far from home, and facing repeated temptation at the hands of his boss's wife. Yet he resisted her advances and said, "How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God?" And that's in Genesis chapter 39, verse 9. His first concern was not that he couldn't get away with it, but that he couldn't live with himself if he'd said yes. Remembering how God loved, preserved, and blessed him put the brakes on any carnal inclinations and impulses he may have had. Not so with David. After his affair with Bathsheba, he wrote in these words in his potential letter of Psalms chapter 51, "Against you, you only have I sinned, and done this evil in your sight." That's Psalms chapter 51, verse 4. Now, who are you sinning against? God, who is observing what you are doing? God, the one who demonstrated the extent of his love for you at Calvary? Did God forgive David? Yes. And he will forgive you too. But David's story proves that sometimes we have to live with the consequences of our deeds, and they can devastate not only us, but those who look to us for guidance. Paul, the greatest of the apostles, acknowledged this truth. "I discipline my body and bring it into subjection, lest when I have preached to others, I myself should become disqualified." And that's in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 27.